Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Show. We're good to go in. It is Sturch Rasslin Rob in the building, and of course, A5 Anthony behind the glass here at Chop Studios. It is the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru studio. Hope everybody's doing well out there. It is a Friday, a feel-good Friday after all. What are we doing?
Trying to get to the comments.
Feel-good Friday after all. Hope everybody's doing well out there. A lot to get into. Obviously, it's championship weekend. And obviously, we're pumped about that. And where is Gooch? Gooch is wheels up right now. Him and Joey D and Ashmere, they're heading on down to Hotlanta, Georgia, to go to some kind of card convention of some variation, some kind of networking event for the Break Buds. So that's very cool on their behalf. They get to go do that and experience that. That's very awesome. So we're holding down the fort over here. And again, good morning to the chat. Win all day in the building. Mark from Canada in the building. What's going on, everybody? A lot to get into. Rob, I got to ask you first because this is one of the biggest things going on right now. You're a Jet guy. You in on Rodgers?
I'm not.
And why?
It just doesn't seem.
Name a better option if he was an option. If Rodgers is an option, who's better?
Here, as a Jet fan, I'm 36 years old. I've been a Jet fan my entire life. Okay. We don't usually go that direction. I mean, we have with Favre, but I mean, like, we need long term. Like, if we bought in like a Derek Carr or a Lamar, those guys are like in the early 30s. We could get 6, 7, 8 years out of those guys, hopefully. Rodgers is a same thing as the Brett Favre situation. Brett Favre came in, they were like 8-0, and then they lost their 8 again, and then didn't make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We know what Aaron Rodgers brings. Obviously, Hackett's there now, which blows my mind. But the guy is a phenomenal offensive coordinator.
I mean, he led the Rodgers Green Bay offense, so therefore he has got some credibility.
But if you go back and you go to some of the defensive players that played for Denver, ask them how good Hackett's offense is. Didn't do nothing for them.
That's true.
And our defense is really good.
So
was theirs. Is it the same situation? I don't want to deal with that again. I don't think we have. I think if I'm Rodgers, you're looking at the Jets as it's the same talent I have there. Maybe a little better on offense.
I think it's a lot better on offense.
Receiver-wise, Corey Davis.
Garrett Wilson's about to win Rookie of the Year.
That's true. I keep forgetting about Garrett Wilson because
Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore too. I mean,
Elijah Moore didn't do nothing last year because he was just salty. But obviously, Aaron Rodgers changes that.
He also hated the offensive coordinator.
That's true too.
They got rid of his ass.
He was talking about him behind his back. Him and Zach.
So you add Aaron Rodgers to the Jets, and I think immediately they could win the AFC East without question next year
over Buffalo.
Absolutely. After what I saw Buffalo do in the playoffs and how they could be exposed. And Josh Allen continues to turn the ball over in big spots. I'm thinking the Jets. Listen, I picked the Jets to win 9-10 games this year, and I was almost right. You know, I was on a roll for a little while.
Brees Hall don't get hurt.
Brees Hall don't get hurt. It's a whole nother season, guys. Whole nother season. The one thing that's tripping me up with the people that are arguing against Aaron Rodgers is that the price tag is supposedly 2 first-round picks. So for me, I'm just like, well, think about it. Think about where those first-round picks will be. So if you're going to suck, those first-round picks turn into top 10 picks, right? But if you acquire Aaron Rodgers, chances are those picks are going to be in the late 20s. So who gives a shit? Every year.
That's a good point.
Right? For the next 2 years, if you're going to be good and relevant and potentially division winners, your pick's not going to be good anyway. I mean, I'm not saying that like a first-round pick loses its value, but as you get to the 20s, into the late 20s, into the 30s, it's best player available in the draft. The top 10 picks are where it's at. You know, after that, it's like, we'll see.
But what do you think Rodgers would want to go to New York? We all know Hackett's there. We understand that. But that's the same thing Brett Favre did. You don't think that he'll – now, I understand people like maybe not care as much. Maybe we're looking into it because we're looking at it as the fan point of view.
Right.
But I look at it as he didn't want anything to do with Brett Favre after Favre left. You know what I mean? So why go down the same career path he did?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did see something yesterday from one of the guys at McAfee saying like Rodgers after Hackett was hired. It said Rodgers to the Jets confirmed, Rodgers to the Vikings confirmed, Rodgers to Rob like Minnesota or wherever the fuck that whole Mississippi bullshit confirmed, and copper fit contract confirmed.
Sending nudes out.
Yes, exactly. And sending dick pics to everybody. I will say this. Getting Rodgers on this Jets team makes them better. I think if you were the Jets and you have the option and he wants to come there, you go pull that trigger. Sam came in the comments before, I believe. Yes, 2 years with Rodgers will groom Zach Wilson. Who else would you want to groom you?
It's time for Zach to go back to Utah, wherever the fuck he's from, to be honest.
I don't think Zach Wilson's going anywhere. I think he's in there for the long haul.
They invest. That's a second round pick, dude. So hopefully they see something that I don't. I haven't seen it all along. Like you said, Garrett Wilson.
You're putting on blast over here, just so you know.
Yeah, try not to get canceled.
Some of that stuff's hilarious, so you can put
Kyle's comment up there.
Kyle's comments
He's
are
talking
great.
about himself. You know what I mean?
Well, he did say, do you guys hear about Brock Purdy starting his own podcast? It's called Flogging the Boys. Yeah, he did. And by the way, this shirt is a one-of-one. A one-of-one on the best you got. Me. So thanks to my friend Lauren down the hall. She whipped that up real quick. But anyway,
Big Purr, baby.
Big Purr.
Brock Purdy, baby.
Oh, Big Purr.
Glock 13. Big Purr.
Oh my god.
You got so many nicknames, dude.
Oh no. He's a legend already.
That's a whole different situation, dude.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. I want to bring one thing up. And it's something that I know I wouldn't have brought up if Chris was here, because I think it's like,
I'm here, baby.
Conspiracy theories are never like a thing that I like to dive into. But like I'm on TikTok from time to time to watch people's shit. I think it's funny. Rob has different aspirations to be on TikTok and whatnot. But I'm just all over it just to see the funny shit, right? For whatever reason, play the Eagles song. Well, I don't know who you are, Facebook user. So jump on over to YouTube and I'll help you out. And I won't do that anyway. But something I saw on TikTok was something to do with Damar Hamlin. Now, look, we all watched what happened on that Monday night. Cancel the game. Rest is history. They officially cancel the game. They don't redo it. They make all these stipulations, blah, blah, blah. Right? Bro, I've been seeing way too much of this Damar Hamlin is dead. Like, way too much. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I have to put the tinfoil hat on. And I'm like, well, wait, hold on. So then Damar Hamlin's at the game last week, right? And they show him in the booth. He's covered head to toe in all his garb, sunglasses, face mask, bubble jacket, pants. They show him coming in, security for the guy who is employed with the team. So I don't know why he needs like heavy security. Josh Allen doesn't get that security. They bring him into the elevator, ship him upstairs. The biggest thing for me is what he did in the booth. Now, keep in mind, when we watch Monday Night Football, we watched him get CPR for 9 minutes.
Yeah.
CPR is a violent thing when you're trying to get somebody's heart to go again.
Yeah.
I'm talking, like everything you got.
Did they take his shoulder pads off when they were doing that?
I have no fucking idea. You would have to assume. No, I would just say assume not.
No, I would think not.
Because sometimes you leave the helmet on if it's a neck injury, you take the face mask off, shit like that, right? So maybe they're going through everything and they're fucking
That's even worse.
Rocking this dude, right? They're rocking this dude. So I've never gotten CPR before. Gooch got swole. I've never given or I've given CPR in a training class. I've never received it either. But I'm here to tell you that apparently ribs could be broken.
Yeah.
Your whole chest could be fucked up for months. How is this guy up in a booth doing this shit? Very, very quick. Like, bro.
Pull that Sam Grasso comment up.
What?
He said on Twitter, and this week they saw him in rehab and he could barely walk.
Yeah, man.
He didn't look like he was struggling to walk to the elevator.
He looked like he was fine. And there's right, and then there's like, oh, there's new photos of him. And he's like walking down the ramp of the Bills Stadium. And I'm like, wait a minute.
No
it's not
wheelchair.
It's not the same game. It's not the same game.
Wait, what?
Bro, there's like, oh, here's new photos of that day so everybody can calm down. It's not the same game. It's just a random ass home game. He's wearing the same jacket. That's the only thing, bro. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, and at first I don't believe in that shit. I'm like, you're out of your minds. The guy's fine. He's resting. He's up in the booth with his family, blah, blah, blah. Can you imagine what the NFL would have to go through if somebody was killed on the field?
But
It's a lot.
and it's not.
It's a lot. And I know they've handled it before, I think, back in the day. Like, I don't know which day it was or whatever, but like there has been something crazy that has happened on the NFL field. But I don't know how much they've recovered or how much they've had to endure since then. But in this day and age, with this ticky-tacky shit, somebody getting killed on the field, man, that's rough, dude.
Tell him the other thing. So, like, Dave went down to this hole, right?
Here you go. So wait, Kyle. Obviously, DeMar Hamlin is alive. That being said, why can't he just post a selfie or a video up to silence all this? I'm not a conspiracy guy, but that's definitely super sketchy,
dude. He found it's like a death certificate website.
Yeah, bro. And it says he died. Says who survives him. His parents' names are listed right there.
It's not just him. It's like everybody that died from that day. I think it's like alphabetical order. It's
a wild situation right now.
But what can
and Kyle's right. What does stop him from doing this? Yo, guys, I'm fine. It's going to be a little while. Thanks for all your support. Why has this got to be so incognito? Why has this got to be so?
Think about it like this.
It doesn't make any sense.
That was not that. I mean, obviously, let's be real here. 20% of the league, if you're not a Bills fan, probably didn't know who DeMar Hamlin was before this happened, right? Maybe you did. Maybe you played a lot of Madden. I don't know. I definitely didn't, and I'm a huge college football guy. If this happened to be, I don't want to go and put Tom Brady or the stars out there, but let's just say the center from the Eagles, Kelsey, the other Kelsey brother.
Mm-hmm.
He was a big name, but he's not that big of a name, but people know who he is. If it was him and they were playing in the NFC Championship game a week later, he would have been in the booth if he was at the game with Tony Romo or whoever for at least like a minute or 2 minutes during a drive. How we doing? Blah, 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 blah. Right?
Just something.
Something. Right, though?
I'm not asking for a whole press conference.
Of course not.
I'm asking for you to be like, yeah, it's me. And Scoop just came in saying, guy's not dead, but that wasn't him. So that's like a publicity stunt for the NFL. Like, so, all right, so if he's still fucked up and he still can't breathe or he's still whatever, is still in a shittier situation, why not just say that?
Bro,
what's the heroic thing that he's there 2 weeks later after getting CPR and being dead for 9 minutes?
Listen, we're gonna get a lot of shit for this from
Bills
fans.
This point,
but
like,
we're
whatever.
just being real. We're telling you from the outside end of what we see. And bro, nobody. Obviously, we hope this guy is alive.
Of course,
that was a scary situation. We have kids. Chris isn't here, so obviously he couldn't talk about it. He knows that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
No, man.
On anybody.
It's just a weird.
But when you come out a week later, head covered, head face, all this, they're showing him.
Tony Benevento and their Niners rep comes in saying that maybe the stroke fucked up his face a little bit. So that's when it covered up.
Happens.
But that is what happens. I mean, nobody wants to deal with it or accept it, but that's what happens. I don't know, man.
The whole thing is stroke. The stroke. When you have a stroke, it does mess up side of your face.
Yeah, look at JR.
You're
Good
not
old JR.
This, dude.
Yeah, no, he's bringing the crowd up, trying to get everybody up, extending your arms over your head, bro.
Settle metal.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, to me, that's red flag number 1, 2, and 3. You got broken ribs and you're flopping around up in the booth. You were dead 2 weeks ago. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Like, again, not going to get into it.
And they're playing the Bengals, the team that it happened against. Right.
So that video they tagged. So the video on Twitter wasn't him. It was someone they tagged as DeMar. What are you talking about? Which video are you talking about?
Yeah, we're going to have to see that.
I mean, that video is probably whatever.
I think that was one of him in the rehab that they were talking about before in the comments.
It was a rehab video that wasn't him?
Brasso was talking about?
Yeah, some guy that tagged DeMar in it. And something like, and DeMar posted it on his story on Instagram. I did see it yesterday, but I didn't look into it.
That rehab video, yeah, that's what he said.
We're probably triggering Anthony over here. I think he's got a Pray for DeMar t-shirt at home.
I did. I sent it to you the other day.
He sent me a picture of it. He bought one.
Yo, did you? Yeah. Bro, yo, we're selling merch, Fight Factory, right?
You want to put your money somewhere. Put it where it's valued.
We haven't seen Tommy in 2 weeks. Could be dead. I don't know. So
there was actually Tupac at the game wearing DeMar Hamlin's clothes. I'm positive I saw it on Reddit. Yeah, that could be a possibility.
Behind the snow, behind the glass.
Yeah. But anyway, again, tinfoil hat was put on, and I'm like, wow, okay. But it's like, it's funny. I'm asking questions here. I'm not accusing. I'm not
obviously
making accusations. I'm saying, what's that? What's this? The people on there are like hard confirmed, like he's dead. And I'm like, whoa, calm down.
Let me ask you a question. If that was to happen, God forbid that did happen, what is the NFL what not supposed
Do you understand
to do? We know what they're supposed to do.
How powerful the NFL is?
No, but this is my point. Now I want you to think about it just like that and not try to think about it from the right point of view. You're the NFL. You're this $1 billion. You're McDonald's. That's the NFL. The NFL's probably a bigger name than McDonald's.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking that from a global standpoint, as everybody else should. What do you do? What do you do?
What do you do if there's a death on the field?
What do you do?
You got to say, like, I can't believe this happened. We're so saddened, blah, blah, blah.
Do you do what you think they're doing, that we all think they're doing right now?
The fact is, if that was the case and that happened, and then they go and do this and, like, cover it up, that's worse.
Bro.
They should have came out right away and said, look, this is some catastrophic shit. I cannot believe this happened. This has never happened in an NFL game before, or whatever they want to spin it, and they could have spun it that way. But man, oh man, I don't know, man.
Pull Kyle's tweet up or Kyle's thing up.
Which one?
Theory: Vontae Davis comes out of early retirement and plays next year for the Bills, pretending to be Damar Hamlin. Bro, it's so funny. Anybody does know Vontae Davis retired at halftime of the Bills game in like week 3.
Remember that shit?
Like week 3, just left.
Wow, that's really good. Anyway, we do have some NFL games to get into. There's 2 left, and we want to let you guys know that this show is being sponsored by Absolute Eyewear. Getting involved here. Go check those guys out for $100 off lenses and frames. You get the whole shebang, the whole package, $100 off if you say Chop Sports. And of course, our special thanks to Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru in Avenel and Woodbridge, New Jersey. Go buy your cars there for the winter. I know Steph's Equinox is up in March, so we're gonna have to look for something new. And I know where I'm going. I know where I'm not going to Greg. Greg's at Subaru. I'm going to my boys over at Chevy. Subaru's great though. I'm sure there's a lot of people that like.
Did Scoop ever go pick up his glasses from Absolute Eyewear?
If he didn't, that's a dropped ball conversation. I mean, that's insane.
They're still available.
Can you imagine this NFL stock if something was covered up? Yeah, and I mean it's publicly traded. Yeah. Is it?
NFL?
Is the NFL publicly traded?
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
I don't think so.
I'm not in the stock market game, just only in the mojo. Hey, get over there, prop bets.
Oh, yeah, he actually did. Scoop got his sunglasses.
Yeah,
he got the blue ones, I think.
All he does is win anyway. Scoop, we're watching wrestling here Saturday. I'll put you through every table in this room, bro.
Yeah. So, by the way, if you guys are watching this and you're Royal Rumble WWE enthusiasts, myself and Rasslin Rob will be down here on Saturday night, tomorrow night, to watch the Rumble. So come on by and hang out. We're going to get some food, have some burr. And just relax and watch.
No Tommy.
No Tommy though. Thank God. I don't know where Tommy is. I'm at the point now where I'm looking for a co-host to bring him in. No one ever picked up the second pair. Janine, I'm on my way. We're both out of here. Janine, hold that second pair for me. Yeah, thanks.
I'm trying to look cool on the podcast. So
yeah, this is very true. Sami Zayn wins according to Danny DeJesus. Danny, come on by if you want, bro. Don't tempt me with a good Rumble. Tony, come on by, bro.
Serious. We'll be
here. The night before your big game.
Saturday night.
So don't get too tuned up. But anyway, Scoop, I'll put you through every table in this room, bro. There's the next shirt. The next shirt. That one's like multiple lines.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
No, Cody's not winning, bro. Don't do it. We talked. Watch the show. It's on Pro Wrestling TV right now. We talked about it yesterday.
Who said Cody's winning? Oh, Scoop.
Of course. Right, there's always one guy who doesn't watch wrestling and thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Scoop, come on by, actually. You're invited.
They sold it to the Saudis, so yeah.
Scoop went to
it's in the family now. So
they sold WWE to my uncle. Scoop went to go see Phantom of the Opera yesterday.
Of course he did.
He didn't dress up. He didn't dress up though. He didn't say
are you an opera fan? Not a fan. None of us are opera fans. But if your wife was like, "Hey,
no,
you're not going."
Fuck no.
Go bring a friend.
Opera? Yeah, go with your girls. Make it a wine night. I don't care.
Yeah, right. I'd have to take like 2 edibles in the parking lot.
Opera.
I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know how to act. I'd be clapping in the middle, not knowing I'm supposed to.
Just like what
are we supposed to be doing
here? It's like,
where's the beer?
Yeah, right. Like the fucking opera. You're out of your mind. Uncle Alec Khalid bought WWE.
It's a Broadway play. Phantom of the Opera.
Where's Chris today? Did he need to go shopping? Chris is on a flight to Atlanta right now. As a matter of fact, I think he's wheels up or he's boarding.
They thought they were going to the AFC Championship game. Little did they know they're not.
Joe Burrow said, but yeah, so no.
Can we talk about that for 30 seconds?
What's up? Chris's flight?
No. Do you think it is better for the NFL now that didn't happen
It makes more sense now. It feels more authentic now.
But I understand that. But
And I know I'm not trying to backtrack on what I think might happen down the road, but the NFL definitely took note of how fast those tickets sold to a neutral site.
I was watching, I think it might have been Chris Long. One of the Long brothers have podcasting now, and he was saying the same thing. Like, now if that would have happened, he said it's a good thing for the players and a good thing for their fans that it didn't happen. Because if it would have happened and the NFL would have seen, they could have used that like, oh, look how much money we made doing this. And then going forward, it probably would do that. I mean, as a Cowboy fan, you don't think it would be cool to be able to go to the closest dome we have and watch them play in that championship game? Not that there's really a close dome around our area.
I think it'll be the same conversation till the end of time. If this ever happens to the point where they go neutral for AFC and NFC, the quote away team will always be like, this is great. But the home team will always say, like, this game should be in our house. You know, that's the argument forever.
I get it.
You know, because that's the home field advantage, blah, blah, blah. That'll be the argument forever. There's never going to be a time where anybody's okay with this through and through.
Do you think our generation is going to live in a time where every stadium is going to be a dome?
I think every new stadium being built
should have
something. I'm surprised that the Buffalo one got away with not doing it again.
Soldier Field's doing it. They're like literally building. They're not even like knocking Soldier Field down. They're just extending it and building over it.
Really?
With a thing.
Holy shit.
Which is like,
why not just build the fucking?
I don't know. I guess they don't want to knock it down. Maybe it's historical. I don't know how long that's been there.
But every building's historical.
In Hoboken, they can't knock down any buildings because they're like considered historical landmarks.
Interesting.
But I got like obviously Buffalo's different, but I mean, like I said, does that change the way all that is? It's like if every stadium eventually goes to the dome route with the retractable roots, with the retractable ceiling, then I guess it doesn't really home field advantage really won't matter that much, right?
Right.
Because there's fans everywhere. There's just Cowboy fans everywhere. There's Jet fans everywhere.
Right.
You know, I just think that's where we're headed. In the next
Scoop said he also went drinking with the Phantom of the Opera cast. Yeah, I'm sure those guys are a blast.
Scoop, I believe that too. Like, I believe you did that.
Like, what?
Took pictures with everybody,
Oh
hands around everybody. You were the guy. Like, hey,
can I try on your mask? Can I
Right
try
away,
it on?
yeah.
And you just like as soon as he's like on it.
guess you know we'll see you at Comic-Con next year. Scoop.
Ken makes a good point, though. Everyone's complaining about football players getting soft, and now we're worried about climate controlled. Well, he's got a point, but I do know it's a thing. It's a money grab. It's not a fucking.
It's money.
It's money. It's not like it ain't nothing to do with the players. It has everything to do with the NFL trying to make an extra buck. That's all.
There's like one player on Buffalo who's actually from Buffalo, probably.
Maybe. Just
you know what I mean? Like
maybe.
It's just not the way it is anymore.
No,
you could be a fan anywhere. You could see it, you could watch football 24/7.
I'm about to cut the cord on DirecTV because YouTube TV is signed with the ticket. So goodbye, cable. I'm about to do that,
dude. I'm
gonna feel real good. When
I know for a fact my grandfather got DirecTV, like the ticket when it came out. I want to say that was like 99, 98, right? Probably.
I don't remember.
It was sixth grade. I think.
My dad always claimed that. I think this is like my dumbass kid in my head didn't know better. My dad said something like, we don't have the room for the satellite or something like that. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, we never got it. So
like, really?
He said something stupid like that where I'm just like trying to figure out why can't we have the ticket like everybody else, or like my best friend John had. My best friend John had fucking everything. He was the biggest spoiled kid, God rest his soul. He had everything under the sun. But like I would have to go as soon as I turned 21, I ventured out to the bars because I didn't have the ticket.
You wanted to see it all.
Oh my God. Do you remember back in the day, bro? When you had to wait for the ticker up in the top corner just to see your scores of the game. There was no other coverage. You don't have to worry about that shit. You watch the Jets all your life.
No, but my grandfather was a Cowboy fan, so we had as soon as the ticket got announced, dude. My grandfather was a retired con ed, like pretty high up. The dude just whatever he wanted, he got. Like it didn't matter. Like it just that we had that the day it came out. That's what I'm saying. So think how long NFL ticket went for. At least since like the 2000.
My biggest issue, and Joey E63 coming in, hell of a long ass name, brother. You got to shorten that up. He's coming in saying that F DirecTV. I cut that long time ago. My biggest thing is the delay. Now, I'm scared shitless of not even missing, but the delay in it. Like I live on Twitter during the game sometimes. That's how I get a lot of my engagement with the Cowboys thing. There was a game, I think it was Thursday Night Football, where they were playing the Titans. My dad's TV was behind because we were streaming on Amazon. Like, right? That's a streaming service, not a cable. So, like, people were like, my brother was texting me like, let's go. And I'm like,
I hate that.
The fuck?
I hate that.
And then, like, same thing with my Keith Ernst and Brett Ernst texting me. Oh, fucking terrible play. And I'm like, terrible? It's a commercial.
Yeah, what are you
the fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
Right? So that's my biggest fear, that I'm not going to be in real time because it's not cable.
3
I don't know.
minutes.
It just scares me.
Keith said, Ken saying 3-minute delays. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a little too much. I don't know about that. But in any event, let's pick some games. All right. I do have the games listed in order of being played. So let's start, I think, right?
Kansas City's definitely.
You all right over there, bro?
Yeah, it wouldn't click.
No, I'm sorry. The Eagles are first, so you can switch the Eagles game
Eagles
up first.
first.
So there's Gooch's pick. It's relevant. It's right there in front of you. Gooch is going with the 49ers. We'll start with the 49ers and the Eagles. The Eagles are -2.5 NFC, AFC Championship games. Clearly, like, me and Chris have been talking about this game at length throughout the entire week with the Mojo Market Report every single day, about the position matchups, this, that, and the third. So it's time to literally break it all down. I'll start with you, Rob. Who do you like? Who's going to the Super Bowl in the NFC?
Well, I have not given Jalen Hurts credit all year long. I just don't believe in him, but the way they played last week was really good. I'm riding with Kyle and this Brock Purdy thing. Kyle's been on Brock Purdy since last year. I love the controversy. It's going to be crazy if San Fran wins the Super Bowl, because you have 3 quarterbacks on your roster that could 100% all start for another team tomorrow, right? If this guy wins the Super Bowl, coming at Mr. Irrelevant, it's not like he's barely playing and he's doing
the
phenomenal.
San Francisco 49ers have tripped me up with their quarterback situation
every year,
because it's like Jimmy G last year was on a hot hand, and like a lot of people were already, before he even lost, they were saying this is Trey Lance's team next year.
100%.
Why? Like, why not see what he can do? And obviously he had to come in relief because Trey broke his foot or ankle or whatever. But like, you just wrote him off, and then now they're writing off the rest of them again if this guy gets it done. I'm personally saying that Brock Purdy's played enough games. This is enough of a sample size,
no matter what,
that he's the starter next year.
Like 10 games, I think he's played, right?
Whatever the case, but it's the playoff games that he's winning. You know, he's beat the brakes off Seattle. He beats Dallas. And if he goes out there and beats Philadelphia and gets to a Super Bowl, how the fuck can you deny this guy a starting job next year?
You can. You cannot
you have the assets to trade away. Jimmy G's going to walk because he's an unrestricted free agent. Trade Trey Lance for some capital. You have your guy. It just so happens to have landed in your lap with the last pick in the NFL draft. If he gets smoked by the Eagles this week, then you can have the conversation. All right, the big scene got too big for him. We'll see what he's got next year, but he's going to be in a competition with Trey Lance.
It's on the road, right? They're in Philly.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He won both of those games in San Francisco. So now it's another beast, and I said that.
Lights out, though. It's not like he's barely winning or the defense is helping. Let me tell you something. Who's had a quiet season for me? Maybe I'm just not watching a lot of San Fran, but I do watch enough highlights every week. Deebo Samuel is like non-existent to me this year.
Deebo Samuel, what?
You think so? Or am I crazy?
You're crazy.
Bro, all I see is Christian McCaffrey, Kittle.
Oh, yeah, no, listen.
Christian
McCaffrey's been a godsend for that team. That trade put them over the top. And you know what? Good teams find themselves better players to put themselves in a position to go for it right now. Like the Rams did last year with Von Miller and OBJ. The Niners saw themselves an opportunity to go grab this kid because Carolina was on a fire sale. No other teams decided to add this kind of talent before or after, right around the trade deadline. So kudos to the 49ers for adding their future running back forever, right? There's no reason why you wouldn't have this guy for the foreseeable future. And as far as just answering Jeremy Chase, go F yourself.
Never going to happen.
Not going to do that. Wait a minute. Lance for a bottle of Gatorade. Who says no?
It has to be the Frost Glacier, the light blue one. Probably I would do it.
Janine coming in saying Nick Foles won a Super Bowl.
We have to argue this, right?
Nick Foles. I'm going to tell you right now.
And Wentz was going to win MVP that year.
Yes,
if he doesn't get hurt.
100%. Nick Foles is the luckiest quarterback with the history of the NFL. He didn't have to do shit to get there. They had the underdog mentality. They had a bunch of home games going in. Dude, my man didn't have to do much. He really didn't. That defense was humming the entire entire playoffs. That was a lucky break. This guy has a great defense too, but like he's making some significant plays,
3 touchdowns
when it counts.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying, look, I think Dallas had him rattled last week. I really do. I think Parsons was in his face.
That was the hardest game
multiple times. So now it's a whole nother beast when it comes to the Eagles defense, because bro, the Eagles defense setting records for sacks up front. Man. Like they're incredible. They really are.
In Philly. That's why I think it's
the game's in Philly. Yeah.
It might take them a while to get going.
I don't know. But anyway, let's pick the game. So you say you were doubting Hurts the entire year.
Taking the Niners. The only thing that scares me about Philly is AJ Brown. For some reason, the dude is constantly open, constantly beating people to get the ball.
And the corners are the bugaboo, I think, for the 49ers. Not so much the safeties, the corners. If Dallas would have taken more shots down the field, I think we would have had a better shot to score more points.
They definitely, Dallas's defense definitely shut them down. 19 points was, they got it done, but it wasn't enough. Kittle's hard to stop. And dude, you cannot tell me Christian McCaffrey coming to that team is the best thing. That's the best in-season trade we've seen in a long time. Because the Von Miller and the OBJ stuff, yes, it happened, but it happened like later in the season. This kid's been here for like 10 weeks.
Yeah. Before we get into the official pick, they want our Gatorade rankings. Who's your top dog?
Blue. Cool Blue. I'm a grape guy too, but Cool Blue or a Glacier Freeze. You see me drink
Glacier Freeze is great.
The blue one all day. I drink that.
Glacier Freeze is the way to go.
Yellow is my least favorite. Is yellow probably.
I think
or
if
orange.
You drink red Gatorade, you're just weird.
That's got to be like dying your fucking
fruit
punch. Put on the floor probably like
fruit punch is terrible. I would say Glacier Freeze is up there along with the actually they have a white cherry that's really good too.
Bro,
no, you don't like that one?
It tastes kind of it's like Powerade has one too, and to me it just tastes like medicine, kind of like Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper just a cough syrup to me.
my bonus mom Barry loves Diet Dr. Pepper.
Really?
Loves it.
Bonus mom Barry. We need to get bonus mom Barry on the show.
On the show, you want to just come in and talk some shit?
We talked about her.
You want to talk about getting canceled?
Really? Bring her on, bro.
You got to friend her on Facebook and watch this, dude. Whew, my God!
My favorite.
It's rough.
Barry, I'm coming.
There's times I was like, you got to stop. We're gonna get killed,
dude.
We're gonna get killed. They're gonna find us.
See, white cherry tastes like Robitussin. Thank you, Scoop. We agree on something. That's because they sent all the shitty Gatorades to Afghanistan. They hand them out to the kids. We don't want them shit. Like,
Jeremy Chase saying Nick Foles, a great quarterback if you give him protection. Terrible if he's a little shaky, and that's what he had that year. He had a lot of time.
Many times he got offered the Rams job.
And he's got a stupid statue outside.
Bro, I can't believe they gave him that,
dude. Him and Peterson.
4 games, you get a statue. Imagine that shit. Forever. If they take that down, they're
gonna put that shit right next to Rocky. It's crazy.
2 people that are made up who did nothing get statues.
All right, so you're rolling with the Niners
all day.
As for me, look, I'll tell you where my rooting interest is right away. I want the Niners to win this game wholeheartedly, 1,000%. The problem is every single week that I've said Brock Purdy is time's up, it's gotten a little shakier every week. Like, so Seattle, halftime. It took them to halftime. They got rolling and they kicked the shit out of them, right? Dallas, that was a game up until the very end. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that the defense rattled him. He's won both of these games at home. He's going to Philly. Philly's going to win this game. Philly's going to win this game. They're going to the Super Bowl. And it breaks my fucking heart as I wear a Cowboys hat on the show. Philadelphia Eagles are going to go to the Super Bowl and hopefully get handled by whoever wins the AFC.
Do you think this is going to be a good game, a blowout? Do you think this?
I think this will be a good game. I think this will be a good game. I do. Nobody's going to blow each other out because the defenses are both really good.
How about the 46.5?
If I had to predict the score of this game, I would say the Eagles could probably put up 24 points, and the Niners could put up 20. So 44. So I'll take the under.
I'm saying it's going to be like 30 to 27.
So you're taking the over.
Robbie Gold.
You're rocking the over, and you're got
people are going to be crying. But I don't want to see people eating horse shit. Tony
Benevento saying Brock has Jesus on his side. Well, according to sources, he doesn't exist. So, no, I'm kidding. I love my Lord. Love my Lord.
Could be Jesus.
28-20. You heard it here first. Danny, you also said the Cowboys win outright. Shut up. Now I can't take you serious, okay? I saw 28-20 a bunch of times, all right? And I was like, I don't know if I should say this out loud because you said the Cowboys win outright. I don't know if that was your, like, mixed voodoo bullshit that you put on the Cowboys, But
where is the Super Bowl this year?
Arizona.
Always there, right?
No,
There,
it's not always
Miami. It's always like
it's a hot climate, nice climate.
but it's inside.
In Dome, yeah. But if it's not, it's in a warm climate. That's why Miami, Jacksonville. I don't even know if it was ever in Jacksonville. I want to say once. I want to say the Patriots.
It's always it's always like Tampa, kind of.
Yeah, it was in Tampa when Tampa won. Remember?
Yeah.
And then LA won in LA. So kind of crazy.
Back to back like that.
Yeah.
Was it in Tampa when they won? I know it was in
it was
LA
the
when the
2020
Rams
season.
won. Wow, that's crazy.
I think. Yeah,
What a shame.
pretty sure. 49ers win because I can't handle Philly winning anything. I agree. I don't want Philadelphia to win this game. I am on record to say go Niners, bang, bang, Niner gang, all that garbage that you guys do. I think the Niners are a well-complete team. I think they have some great weapons over there, but I just think they're running into a fucking buzzsaw in Philadelphia. I really do.
Pats versus Eagles in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it was.
Purdy wears 13 because of Marino. There's no way he was alive to see Marino even fucking play.
I thought he wore 13 for Willie Beeman.
That'd be fantastic. Have they ever pulled that Willie Beeman jersey?
No.
Jesus Christ, I want that so bad.
So do I.
But there's no way, bro. He didn't even watch. He couldn't even have watched Marino on YouTube. I mean, he probably did if he's this big Marino guy, but I'm assuming his dad's a Marino guy.
Wait, Rube, actually, this is very funny because I have something to counter that. He said, just finished my first mock draft, Dave. I'll send it to you, send it your way to keep you distracted from the Eagles' success. Bro, your first mock draft's also going to include the Eagles having a top 10 pick. So that makes me sick to my stomach.
I'd love to know who the Jets taking.
But if the Cowboys can wind up with Bijan Robinson at 26, I'm okay with it. Marino was his dad's favorite player.
Had to be.
There it was.
I mean, Big Purr.
Look at Ken Palman throwing shade here. Unlike Marino, maybe he'll actually win a title because he didn't tell Shanahan to get rid of the.
Did Marino go his rookie season or the year after? I know Ben went the next year.
Marino didn't go his rookie year.
He went the next year and then lost.
Look at the teams that Marino had to play with. I feel bad. Like,
oh, of course,
nobody. He had nobody.
Well, you know what's fun too? Like
Irving Fryer, Bernie Parmalee,
ridiculous,
bro. Fred Barnett. Like,
but when you go back and look at like passing yards from in like the 80s and early 90s, and obviously look now, you're like everybody's throwing 5, 4. And back then, like Marino was throwing 4, and everyone was throwing like 1,200, 17.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell? Like, I couldn't imagine like watching those games. Like, obviously, I was a Jet fan, so I've seen Marino a couple times, but not when he was like super young to remember like that. I couldn't imagine what football must have been like watching for people who were so used to dink and dunk and just running all day.
Yeah.
Watching this guy come out there and just
sling it.
Shuck it.
Can you imagine him in today's league?
Bro, it'd be ridiculous.
He'd throw for 6,000 yards
all day long.
Just sitting back there, can't be touched. The receivers are faster than lightning. Oh my God.
Just go get it.
Good Lord.
Elway too. Just
all right. Hey, you care to chime in here on a NFC championship game?
I'm taking the actually, I don't know, because the Eagles defense is really good, and it looked like Purdy was struggling versus the Cowboys defense. I'm gonna go with the 49ers though. I don't know. I just believe in that. I think that defense is just a little bit better, and they're gonna get the hurts for sure.
Is that a soccer hat on your head?
Yeah.
And does it say football on it?
Yes. New York City Football Club.
What? The Jets?
No, New York City Football Club.
I know. Why the hell
MLS soccer team.
Just put soccer on it. This is America.
This is America.
America. Me and Bonus Mom Barry.
Have a corner for the Cowboys right now. All right. Well, I'm okay with that too because you need somebody outside Trayvon Diggs, other side. I'm all right with that. There's one that's, I believe, from, I want to say Kansas. Not Kansas. I don't know.
What, corners?
Way too early for the draft for me, but I definitely want to get involved with more draft coverage this year, more than last year. NYFC. Wow. Scoop coming in with the heat.
Yeah, he's a Red Bulls fan. I remember the last time he was here, he said that.
Red Bulls fan. Like they have a fan base.
Except we've been in a league less than the Red Bulls and we have more success.
Well, I couldn't tell you what league you're in.
MLS, dog.
The
MLS.
Red Bulls are still in there?
Yeah.
How many teams are in MLS?
I don't know.
They're expanding.
You don't even know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Nobody knows. Scoop doesn't know either.
They expand every year, so they keep adding teams.
See, I think Seattle is like the best team, right? Or like the coolest team to go watch play.
Seattle, LAFC, or LA Galaxy are like the top dogs.
Who's the
also,
best
you're a
player
Man City team.
in
Shut up.
In the MLS?
Yeah.
There's got to be like 4 teams. Like they just play each other back and forth.
XFL, right? It's just the XFL over again.
Oh, the XFL starting soon.
I'll watch that.
Oh, yeah. Bro, straight up. Hey, Mike Tverdoff, chop athlete.
Yeah.
Drafted by the Brahmas. The
Check
San
him
Antonio
out, baby.
Brahmas. Let's go, bro. Come on. All right, let's move it on over to the AFC Championship game. The more appealing game to me, I think, on the docket will finish off your Sunday. Gooch is riding with the Bengals. He picked the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl. I picked the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
But this was way before Patrick Mahomes decided to get the Fugazi injury. So let's pick the games here. All right. Gooch is riding with the Bengals. Where are you going?
Dude, this is
tight.
To
it's a
me,
great
this
game.
is like, this is the nighttime game too.
Yeah.
This is like Christmas a month later.
Yeah.
You're like,
this is a great
let's
game.
go. Like, I would have loved to see the Bills game again so I can go back and forth, but this is the same thing to me. It's just like,
This is better.
it's like Scooby-Doo, like where you take it off and take the same person.
So damn kids
like,
again.
It's you're hoping Mahomes is healthy because you know you're going to get a shootout between these guys. But it's like Burrow gets too ahead of himself sometimes too. Like if they go out there and it's a shootout and it's 14-14 and Burrow throws a pick, I think that just like it just takes it all out of him. You can't do that with Kansas City because you know Mahomes is going to keep coming. They're gonna feed Kelsey.
Danny DeHaze is coming in and asking if the Bengals line is back.
Last
Does
week
it
they were, but
matter?
they played good last week.
They played last week. I mean, I know the snow is a different ball game. It's harder in the trenches, and people are slipping and sliding all over the place. But look, the Chiefs' defensive front have been incredible. Clark is a game wrecker. That dude just pushes people over and gets to the quarterback. It's
according to Hawaii Michael LaFleur to the Rams. Sean McVay and McFleur.
Wow. Okay.
He talks bad about his players. Buffalo had 0 pass rushers, though. You're right about that. Listen, we all knew from just watching the Super Bowl last year what the Bengals had to do and fix that offensive line. The Bengals are getting hot again, just like they did last year. Last 6 games or whatever, they're on fire. Listen, we used to see constantly Brady, Manning, or Brady. Who else was in the AFC? Rivers. The same people in the AFC Championship all time. We're just getting ready to see that again with Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert,
I love it.
Allen. It's just this new group of kids coming to do what they did beforehand. And right now, Mahomes seems to have the key to the door.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Joe Burrow is going to fucking put that ski mask on and take that shit.
Yeah.
They need to go to the Super Bowl and win this year, the Bengals.
No, I mean, they were there last year.
They're going to be like, yeah, but win. They need to win. If that kicker comes out again to kick a field goal and he's like, bro,
Money
go to the Super Bowl.
Money
like
McPherson? Money
Bro,
McPherson.
my
Listen,
boy.
I was in on the Chiefs all year round. I think the Chiefs are a great team. I think Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. There's nothing to me but now it's 1, and then there's right there 2. I think Joe Burrow is starting to creep up, and I think Joe Burrow has crossed over Josh Allen. Honestly, I think that Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in football right now, and I think 1 is going against 2, and that makes for a great game. I think the Cincinnati Bengals defense is playing with a little bit more swag to go against a hobbled Mahomes. The world might be on Kansas City here. Like as far as the home game, Mahomes seems fine. He fucking did a pirouette off the stage the other day, just doing like it looked like he wasn't even limping. So a healthy Mahomes, even if he's hobbled a little bit, I still like the Bengals. All right, so here's what I'll do.
It's gonna be such a good game, dude.
I know.
It's hard to
Here's
pick.
what I'll do. Just like I said in the last game, my rooting interest is with the Bengals. I want them to go. But I got Mahomes at home, healthy-ish. It's hard to bet against them. I'm going to go the opposite way and say the Chiefs are going to win the game. Chiefs, Eagles, Super Bowl.
It's such a shitty Super Bowl.
I mean, it's not. It's not really. Because it's Mahomes and Hurts.
It's new and people would like it. But if we obviously got the Bengals Niners Super Bowl,
relive the whole 80s thing. Yeah.
It'll just be like a cool vibe, I think.
I think so, too.
As long as we don't have to hear Collinsworth, though. I don't want to fucking hear Collinsworth because he's a Bengal guy. Jesus
Christ. Here we go. I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing the Dak thing. Not doing it. By the way, shout out to the Dallas media who are
Andy Reid versus the Eagles too, bro. If Kansas City and Eagles too.
That'd be nice. Nice little storyline there.
Storylines.
Yeah, that would be epic, actually. I like that a lot.
I like that a lot too. I didn't even think about that.
He got to the Super Bowl. He was the coach for that team, right?
They
When
lost
they lost
to of course.
The Patriots.
My boy thrown up in the guard, Willie Beeman it. Couldn't handle the pressure.
T.O. playing with a broken leg.
T.O. wanted to win, bro.
T.O. was a man, bro.
I'm not so much.
I want him in the XFL or something.
T.O.
Yeah.
He's trying to play.
I think he could too. But yeah, so again, it's gonna be great. I think it's going to be a great weekend of football, or at least a weekend or a Sunday of football. The weekend starts on Saturday.
Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. In case you guys anybody want to throw out some picks for the Royal Rumble?
They all said Cody, you marks.
Dude, it's
not going to be Cody,
I
bro.
hate how obvious
Solo Sikoa. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling, bro.
I can't push that guy to the moon.
He's in my top 4. Brother, it's part of the story.
I could see him being in the final four.
Final four,
yeah, of course. I told you it's going to come down to Solo, the Usos, and Sammy. Final 4.
Nah, people. There has to be one bigger name. Cody.
Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
And Cody.
Final 4.
Final 5. Or maybe
Cody will be in the final 4. Or the
Cody.
Final 3.
Cody. Solo. The Uso that I told you that likes or helped him. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. And then at the end, maybe Cody gets taken out by the bloodline, right? Solo, whatever. I think that Jay turns on him. I don't know. Something crazy is going to happen. It's going to be good. So if you guys want to jump on over here to the studio, Chris isn't here, so we're going to throw a fucking rager.
Slammer.
He was here last weekend for UFC. He was doing a giveaway or something. He was doing on the Whatnot app. He was giving away gloves or something. Signed
the UFC gloves.
Yeah. So he's got those.
We're giving away tickets. MLW.
Yes, we are. MLW. So right now, if you're watching this, head on over to our brand new YouTube channel. Not a lot of subscribers yet. It's brand new. We built it last week. Subscribe there. Comment done. Follow us on social media, and you'll have tickets or a chance to win 2 front row tickets to Philadelphia next week.
February 4th. Hammer Stone 5-2. We'll be there. Front row. Come hang out with us.
BJ says Bengals 49ers Super Bowl. NFL has this scripted.
Who signs Odell before Sunday? What a dude! We all know, like, that's kind
of why would they sign him before Sunday?
It was like a joke. Like, just I get what he's saying, but like,
no, I don't. What does that mean?
But they all thought someone was going to sign him like week 6, and then nobody signed him.
I can't believe the hype that this dude built around himself, and then nobody said anything about it.
Does somebody sign him next year? Or you think it's a wrap now?
No. He's going to sign it.
You think so?
Oh yeah. He's back in the league next year. But the fact that they even entertained him signing on a team ready for the playoffs, blah blah blah, that was all smoke.
What do you think about the Giants saying they're definitely bringing Daniel Jones back, but they haven't?
Good for them.
They haven't. They're not even close with Saquon, like, number-wise.
Well, Saquon, I believe, turned down $12 million a year. So that's significant because the franchise tag is around 11, 12.
What was Zeke's contract?
16, but it was like a 5-year deal.
And he turned down 12. So what do you think he wants?
He wants McCaffrey money.
No way.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but no way.
I don't think so either.
No way, right? It can't happen.
I think Barkley, Rube's coming in. I think the same thing. Barkley gets tagged. I think that's the safest play for the Giants. It's the cheapest play for the Giants. Give me a 1-year prove it deal for the Giants. That's the way you have to do it. You cannot give this guy a long-term deal based off the fact that he's had one healthy season. You can't do it. So
you can't not. Scoop, come in here Saturday.
Is that what it is?
We're gonna do stuff.
10.5. I thought it was like 12.
We're trying to figure out what we're doing still. We know we're gonna watch it, and
I gotta download the Peacock app as soon as I get done with the show.
You sure it's not on there? I think I've watched it here before.
We watched it. Oh yeah, we watched WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Was WrestleMania on Peacock?
Yeah.
Last year?
Yeah, it's been on Peacock for past 5 years now. Everything. It's all on Peacock. Everything's on Peacock.
You're out of your mind.
It has
5 years.
It's 2023, dude. It's been on Peacock.
The WWE Network launched in 2014. You telling me it was only 8 years long?
100%.
I know Peacock has been around.
No, how long how long has WWE been on Peacock? Right.
Yeah. Googling Rob over here is going to figure that out.
Peacock.
Would Barkley hold out if he got tagged? I don't think he has. I don't want to say he doesn't have the funding because he's made money, but that's a lot of money to just say no to, and if you want to earn that big payday like you want, go out there and earn it.
2020. So 3 years.
3 years. Closer to 5 than it is to 0. So,
I think I'm $1 billion to go there. $1 billion.
Tell us Dak's cap hit next year. Dak's cap hit next year is $49 million. So that'll be fun to deal with.
I saw Zeke saying he would take a pay cut.
He will. And I think he will. Because you know what? Because nobody else. Dallas has an out right now if they want. A complete out.
With him?
Yeah.
But with Tony Pollard getting
Tony
hurt.
Pollard's got hurt. Now you got mock drafts with potential running backs at 26. I don't know. And there's a lot of running back free agents. We went over that on Mojo, bro. There is a lot of free, like Miles Sanders, Kareem Hunt, guys like that.
that you could plug and play.
I will never advocate, and maybe this goes back to Kyle's point from way back when, and Rube, and whoever said don't pay the running back. I'll never do that again. I'll never advocate for paying the running back again. I may never advocate for the quarterback to get a second contract again.
Bro, since Tomlinson, those guys, since that era, ever since then, you could tell maybe like 4 running backs that's got like a serious contract. They just don't do it anymore.
After Zeke, the biggest one was
3 years.
After Zeke, the biggest one was CMC.
Yeah, but that's it. That's what I mean. And they probably didn't even want to do that.
I mean,
but you had to. And look what it's done now, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just they're just shelf life for running back is 3 years. Le'Veon Bell was the one who they thought was going to get it right away and didn't. And that's kind of where it started, I would think.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious to see. I was going to go contracts here, but it wasn't a contracts table.
Scoop said he would just draft one every year in the 4th or the 7th round. Exactly.
That's what it seems to be. Yeah. So, all right. So total value right now.
No, Sam, tell me.
Total value is Zeke's got a $90 million contract.
What?
Yeah, because of the
incentives,
length.
all that shit?
Yeah, all that shit. Guaranteed money, average per year, bonuses, all that shit. Believe it or not, the second highest total value contract in the NFL right now is Alvin Kamara at $75 million. You want to talk about wasted money? That dude did shit last year. Christian McCaffrey at 64, Dalvin Cook at 63, Derrick Henry at 50. Those are total values. But the average per year is the biggest thing because that's where it hits your cap. McCaffrey 1, Kamara 2, Zeke, actually Kamara and Zeke are tied at 2.
Just running backs?
$15 million.
Players, period.
No, running backs. Running backs.
That's a lot, dude.
It is.
That's a lot. To me, the last
Josh Jacobs going to be a free agent.
Well, they didn't want to give him the money last year.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, it's like you don't want your last memory of Zeke in a Cowboys uniform
to be trucked over and
ran the
killed.
Fuck over.
Yeah,
snapping the ball.
That was rough.
Okay. They give these guys these big numbers that nobody ever wears in a long time, and then they embarrass them on national TV.
Dave, do you see what it would take to get Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, what? I need to know.
What is that? I know he's pissed at the Bills, but again, that doesn't mean he's out. You know, I would love him to be reunited with his brother and play on the same team. And
Mel Kiper, his thing, he has the Cowboys taking Bijan
Robinson,
26. So that's if he lasts that long. Bro.
Apparently, he's the best running back prospect out there right now.
For sure, he is. Though.
I think what's his Gooch like Chardonnay? Is there somebody from like UCLA
that's really good too? I don't know. The kid from Texas is really good, and I know the kid from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm not big on Mel Kiper either, Rube. You want to talk about? He's like the weatherman. It's like everything.
Oh, he's saying, do you ask? Do you reach? Does the team reach out? Ask
No.
About Diggs?
No. You have. Where's the money coming from? The only receiver I'll inquire about right now is T. Higgins or DeAndre Hopkins.
I was about to say, would you take a flyer on Hopkins?
I would take a flyer on Hopkins and 100%. Him and fucking CeeDee Lamb. You kidding me? Like. With Gallup as your third, like I'm cool with that. But like again, that's a lot of money. He's gonna want a new deal. So it's like, where are you getting this money from? Because Dallas don't have. I know the salary cap goes up, but
do you think for sure they keep McCarthy over in Dallas? He's definitely staying.
I got your text, Rube. It just popped up. What
McCarthy's definitely staying in Dallas? You think there's no chance?
He was told yesterday, apparently, that Jerry Jones wants Mike McCarthy to coach in Dallas as long as Tom Landry did. Tom Landry was the coach for like 30 fucking years.
I saw something saying that the way Jerry Jones is looking at the Cowboys now, and this is exactly how I would look at it if I'm Jerry Jones right now.
Like a business?
No, well, that too. But for Jerry Jones, it's like, how many more seasons do I have left?
That's what I've been trying to tell him.
He needs Jerry Jones, like, it's not like
I know.
He has to have it now. How many more he's got? How old is he? In his 80s?
Yeah.
How many more has he got? Maybe if you get 5 more seasons from Jerry Jones, Cowboy fans are going to be lucky.
That's what I said. I've been saying that. I was like, you would think that a guy like that would be all in every year until he's dead.
Until he gets it.
Because he said, I mean, if you believe in this kind of shit, he said he sold his soul to the devil for that, for Super Bowl 30, that 5th one. He said, I'll never ask for another one again. Like after that,
he might have.
And like, devil was like, cool, playa, I got you. But anyway,
I'm just saying, if I'm not old and I have that much money,
I would be going all in every year.
Like the Rams did with Stafford and all that. They could have did that, or
yeah.
That's why I just don't think McCarthy is going to sit there as long as he thinks he is. You got to do something.
It's not him, bro. 12 wins back to back, a playoff win this year.
Really good.
Dan Quinn's back. He's back now. The Kellen Moore decision is probably going to come today.
Do you think it's Kellen Moore? Do you think Kellen Moore has to go, or would you like Kellen Moore to stay?
Bro, all right.
Something has to change.
I tell you right now, and there's multiple assistants that were let go.
I saw
yesterday.
I saw that.
They got rid of a lot of the homegrown. Leon Lett was rough to let go. He's a former Cow.
It's frozen.
What?
Over there too?
Yeah.
What about on your phone?
It's hold on. Yeah, we're frozen.
Hit refresh on the thing.
If you guys hear us, Scoop, I can't stand you.
Yeah, frozen. So you hit refresh, reload. Bang.
Hey guys.
Sorry, folks. Don't know what that was all about. But anyway, I don't know where I was left that off. But
Kyle, is that the Pittsburgh running back? Israel?
No, I think that was UCLA.
He could be wrong.
Charbonnet, I think. UCLA or I don't know.
Okay, so a lot of assistants got let go. You said something has to change, though, right? So what?
All right, so a lot of assistants got let go, right? Leon Lett, that was a rough one to see him go.
I didn't even know he was a coach over there.
He was like a D-line assistant. A lot of assistants went
for a while.
Yeah, he's been there for a while. But whatchamacall, Joe Philman, the offensive line coach, was let go, and I was like, dude, look what you had to deal with, though. You know, how is that his fault? Like, he lost Tyron Smith in the beginning of the year. They had to shift out Tyler Smith to left tackle, a makeshift line. Then you lose Terrence Steele. So why are you to blame it on the coaching staff is kind of ridiculous. Their running back coach got fired. He wasn't brought back. Skip Pete. So he's gone. I don't know who they're going to bring in, but what I will say is this: Kellen Moore, and I trust only a few people in Cowboys history for their opinions. Bill Parcells came out yesterday and said, it's not Dak Prescott, it's the play calling by Kellen Moore. So if that's the case, and a guy like Bill can see that from what he's watching, then I'm not about to start this whole Dak Prescott thing again, but maybe he plays better under different leadership. I don't fucking know at this point. Who cares?
Who would you want now, though? You know, it's getting to that point where it's a little, you have to find your diamond in the rough now.
I don't know.
There's only so many people left.
Kingsbury.
But you know what?
Get him out of.
He's somebody who would come because it's the Cowboys, and he's coached at Texas Tech, and he played at Texas Tech. That's somebody who probably would come.
Think Jerry gets on the phone?
Why wouldn't you? If you're getting rid of Kellen Moore.
Hey, how's Bangkok? Y'all enjoying yourself? Come on back here. It's going to be because of the Cowboys.
Listen, we got McCarthy, but let that motherfucker go home one. You're in.
You're in. No, listen. I think Dan Quinn saying he's coming back is also him saying, if all goes fail, I'm next in line to be the head coach of the Cowboys. Anyway.
Yeah, you hope so.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's have ourselves a weekend, folks. If you guys are enjoying the video, enjoying the content, we'll be back here on Monday to put a bow on the championship games. And obviously next week will be interesting because there is no football next week. So we'll come up with something. But Mondays and Fridays, we're live here. Also follow us over on Mojo. Monday through Friday, me and Chris do our thing. He'll be back here on Monday for the recap show of this. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you guys. Come hang out at the studio for Royal Rumble. So with that, for Sturch Rasslin Rob, A5 behind the glass, this has been another episode of the Chop Sports Show. We'll see you guys back here on Monday.